The chosen one archetype is a very commonly used one in pop culture. This is essentially the protagonist of the story who has been given this destiny or prophecy that they have to fulfill. Well, the overuse of this has honestly become extremely boring. In some cases, the character never evolves further than their base characteristics, and they are given plot armor which allows them to escape any situation. The biggest example of this is Harry Potter. Now, look, I like the Harry Potter series a lot, but I have to say, Harry is not a very compelling protagonist. The story begins by telling us he is the boy who lived, and he has the power of love on his side. It sucks out a lot of the stakes because we essentially know that he needs to survive by the end to defeat Lord Voldemort. It's never a question of if he will survive, but how he will do so. Jon Snow from Game of Thrones starts off as just another character in the brutal world of Game of Thrones. However, he's soon tied into the prophecy of Azor Ahai, or the prince who was promised. This ends up completely disbalancing his character arc, as he is given immense plot armor just so he can survive till the end. And then he ends up doing nothing, which essentially makes his story extremely pointless. Neo from the Matrix spends the entire first film learning his destiny as the one and accepts it by the end of the film. And then the subsequent films just make him God. He can do anything and everything. And that robs all the tension from the story. John Connor is supposed to be the leader of the human race, but his character does not evolve any further than that. In every single Terminator film, he is essentially made into the MacGuffin who is to be protected because he is the last hope for humanity. But why him? What makes him special? We are never told that in the series. Now, I will say there are some stories which do this trope properly, like Star Wars, Dune, and Avatar The Last Airbender. But all of them subvert the trope in some way or other and make the hero question their destiny. That makes for interesting storytelling, but such cases are very rare. We want a Katniss Everdeen, but we end up getting a Bella Swan. When the story tells us the hero's destiny and doesn't allow them to evolve any further, it makes for very lackluster storytelling.